Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Train Fever. My name, of course, is Potato. You are looking right now at the fantastic vistas that Chorley has to offer. Of course, to the right over here, we've got the massive 4-lane train highway right to Woburn, and also delivering trains to Whitby. And of course, this little route goes to Kirkby in Ashfield over there. So, in the last couple of episodes, we were mostly dealing with the shenanigans that this monstrosity actually ended up bringing us. And I'm really happy with this. I feel that it's a really good, variety of designs that we've got, because I mean we've got a load of different stuff. We've got a massive highway there. We've got a massive wall, so to speak, up here, and then we've got 2 bridges over there that are delivering passengers. So there's really a little bit of everything in this, and that's why I really enjoy it. There is still a problem with a little bit of money. We're still a little bit down the hole, but honestly, I'm not going to worry about that too much, considering it was a very expensive endeavor to build this whole setup and whatnot. But that's okay. That's okay. Now, Kirkby has had a little bit of a problem, and I say a little bit of a problem. It wasn't really much of a problem, but we retired the Great Bridge of Kirkby service, which is kind of good, and we're kind of looking to make some more optimizations today because we're not making very much money. Tunneler, how much are we making on this? I mean, 6 passengers? 6 passengers just picked up from Whitby down here, down in this corner over here, and now that'll be heading all the way through. I don't think this is feasible. I really don't. I think we've got to sell this. I think we got to get rid of Tunneler. I really think that we're just, we're losing too much money. Just get rid of it. Scrap it. It's not important. The Whitby Wonder we should be making money for. I don't know why we're not right now, but I'm really hoping that is going to change. And the Great Wall of Whitby line. How are we losing money for this? We should totally be making money for the Great Wall of Whitby line. Great Wall of Whitby, yeah. We should easily be making money. I mean, we might have to retire like 1 train on the line, but we should have more than enough passengers. No, maybe we need to retire 1 train. Yeah, I mean, that's only got 4 passengers on it. I'm thinking that we get rid of you. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. That's fine. And fingers crossed that'll solve some of our cash problems that we're having on the Great Wall of Whitby line. Now, remember back to the day where the Great Wall of Whitby line was the main line for everything. That was how we were basically making money, and it was rolling in the cash. It really was. So times have changed, haven't they? Times have certainly changed. But yep, we're gonna sell you because we no longer need you. I'm so sorry. Well, we only get 22,000 for it, so not very much money at all. But that's okay. We will bear that burden. All right. Now, we've got to do something that we were talking about for an awfully long time. Whoa, sorry, there's so many passengers here. What's the issue? Less Great Wall? You're the Whitby Wonder. Yeah, the Whitby Wonder is making us money. The less Great Wall should also be making us money. In fact, everything should really be making us money over here. This is really good. Less of a chore, not making us very much money now, but that's a full train, or an almost full train. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, whoa. There's an autosave, and a wagon has been released. That is awesome, actually. A new goods wagon. I don't think we really have much cargo. No, we don't actually have much cargo, and that's something that's worth bearing in mind. We have 1 cargo route, which is an isolated train network over here, and I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Like, do we change this? Do we want to make a different sort of setup? Do we want to maybe make a centralized train depot that has like loads of goods coming into it? I mean, that would be a kind of big project, but it would be kind of cool. This area is still making us money, right? Seemingly so. That's good. That's good to see. Do we want to bump up our our goods transporting, basically. Do we want to make a central station where lots of stuff is taken to and then shipped out of, or do we want to make like lots of little train tracks? And if we make lots of little train tracks, is it even going to be worth it? I don't know, because this is a fairly isolated scenario. You know, there's wood that comes to it from this train, and then goods are delivered to Woburn and then to Whitby. So I feel that this is kind of a unique situation. But I don't know if we can maybe replicate that in other places. I don't know. It's just a thought. It is just a thought, and it might change. It might change in the future. I just don't know. But now we are just focusing on the trains. Now the thing that I wanted to try and do today was, as you probably guessed, this big monstrosity over here. Train 11 has reached its lifetime. It's the shitty Sidmouth line. Okay. We can actually do that probably quickly. You're waiting for a free path. That's fine. You're over at Sidmouth. Okay. That's kind of cool. To be honest, I really like these trains, though. I really, really do. I really, really, really like these. You know, the DSBPs or whatever you call them. I like them a lot. I don't know why. They're just, they're cheap, they're small, they're kind of cool. Whatever. Let's quickly set up an automated replacement service for... Are we making money on everything now, actually? No. We're making money on every single train service right now. Apart from a real chore. How are we even losing money on this? Like, we really shouldn't be. Alright. Now, take a screenshot now. We are making money on absolutely everything. That's right, we're making money on everything. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to go to the shitty Sidmouth line. I wanted to set up an automated replay. Ugh, we need to set the vehicle first. DSB Litra S. Is this what we really want? I mean, we could go for a slightly cheaper variant, but I guess we'll go for that. 1.09 million per vehicle. Replace vehicles automatically. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, just as the new train was actually released. Let's go to a depot. Where's the nearest depot? Depot over here. And see what this train has to offer. It actually looks like it's by far the better train. Shit. Send all vehicles to depot and sell them. Yeah. And let's get new trains, because I would guess. Yeah, look, loading speed 2 times, loading speed 6 times, and it goes at 100 miles an hour. Holy cow. Costs 600 grand though, but passengers 13. If we just put 3 wagons together, it would cost an absolute shit ton, right? It would cost an absolute shit ton, but it would be able to go fairly fast. Let's try this. This is going to be our experimental train, okay? Ideally, though, I'd like us to have a little bit of a better setup in the future. Where's the train? It's over here. So it can go at 80 kilometers per hour. Looks pretty darn fast, to be honest. I mean, obviously we're in 3 times speed at the moment. This is not too bad. Maybe we could. This is high speed, isn't it? Yeah, this is high speed track. So we're fine. We're fine for high speed track over here, but we could probably do with upgrading this area to high speed as well. Will electrification make any difference? I mean, it could. I really don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's electrify it all. I think this just needs to become the new standard for track building. It needs to be electrified. It needs to be high speed. That doesn't need to be high speed. There we go. We'll see if this makes a difference, because we want to try and get it up to 100 miles an hour. And I believe, right, the original track can go up to 120. But that is the max speed of this bad boy, right? So let's make sure that we're future-proofed, all right? Why not? So we should get Why did we have no passengers over there for the shitty Sidmouth line? 66 miles an hour, or kilometers per hour, whatever. Nothing near 120. Not very near 120 at all, actually. But it's the fastest train that we've got by a long, long way. And just now, it's going to start to get up to 120. Holy cow. That is actually respectably fast. Well, you know what? It's a very, very expensive train. And we just sell off the 2 trains that we just bought. We used to have 3 trains on the shitty Sidmouth line, and now we have 0. Well, 1 new one that we just bought. But it's going to be interesting to see if that can actually make its money back. I'm not so sure that it will be able to. But maybe 1 train that's kind of super fast is going to be better than having 3 trains that are kind of mediocrely fast. I honestly don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. And I don't really know if it will work out. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting indeed, actually. So, word of warning, don't auto-replace just before a brand new train variant comes out. That might not be the best thing in the world to do. Just an idea. Alright, let's high-speedify this track. Now, this track I don't think is going to be able to get up to the maximum 300 kilometers per hour. And I think in the future, if we're serious about high speed, then we're going to want to replace different sections of old track, because currently the corners that we've got are perhaps maybe a little bit too vicious on some places, on some, in some areas, like here for example. Very, very vicious corner. Could do with being a heck of a lot, less tight, and that's worth keeping in mind. This can be high speeded, yeah. As can this. Perfect. Yeah, so that's just something that we want to really keep in mind. High-speed tracks. And electrified. Yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. I like high-speed tracks. High-speed tracks look badass. They look just white and just... they look awesome. They really, really do. Also, something else. Transport Fever, the newly announced game. Holy cow, that looks like an awesome game. Made by the same people that make the Train Fever games. I'm going to be playing the shit out of that game. It looks absolutely badass. Shitty Sidmouth line actually getting a couple more passengers. That's good to see. That's what we want to see happen. Because if we don't get passengers, then we don't get prizes. No, that's not exactly how it works. But yeah, Transport Fever. Holy cow, I am super, super, super looking forward to Transport Fever. It should be a really, really good game. And it seems to focus not just on trains, but just on transport in general. Which makes me very, very excited for the game to release. Great Wall of Whitby Line and a less Great Wall. I presume the less Great Wall, yeah, just had a train just be in here. That's fine. I mean, we're not exactly rolling in money, considering we've got like a gazillion services. Shitty Sidmouth Line is losing us tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money. Like, a lot of money. Which is not great. It's not good at all. Just thinking, is there any better way that we can do it? I mean, we could sell this train and get more small ones, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of like having this one experimental train that can go up to 120 miles per hour. I kind of like it. I don't know why. I really just do. It's kind of cool. And I don't know if it's it looks electrified, or it looks like it should have electric capabilities on the top of it, but doesn't seem to be connecting to the electric wires overhead for some strange reason. Maybe this game just doesn't do that. Who knows? I'm sure it'll do it in Transport Fever though. Shitty Sidmouth Line, 27 passengers. That's not bad. We should be able to make a little bit of money from this. Not a lot of money, mind you, because it costs a shit ton of money to operate this train. I mean, how much does it actually cost? Running costs. 1.21 million per year. Yeah, okay. I don't think that this experiment is going to work out, considering our where is it? Expenditure, income, running costs. Ah, here we go. Running costs, railroad. For last year, right? It was 7.54 million. And let's take it as 1940, for example. In 1940, it was 7.25 million. That is a lot of money. Increasing that by 1 million is even more money. Holy cow. I think we gotta I think we got to send this bad boy to a depot and sell off 2 of the... Yeah, I think we got to sell off 2 of the wagons, or 2 of the trains, 2 of the locomotive parts, and just replace them with standard, you know, bog standard old. I mean, it costs 101k. That's double the price of everything else. Each month. I mean, that's crazy. That is just crazy money. I mean, we can't afford that. We really can't. We're a small Nordic train service, right? We cannot be affording 1.21 million for one train per year. That is just ludicrous. It is just absolutely insane. So let's sell off you. Let's get a little bit of money back, and let's get some more wagons, I guess. Set line all, shitty Sidmouth line. There we go. Okay, that should make a little bit of a difference. It should basically third our running costs. So if we look at it now, yeah, so basically down from 1.21 million per year, it's down to 453,000 per year. So it's not super expensive, but it's not exactly super cheap either. So I feel kind of glad that we've just sort of reconfigured that. We're sort of heading towards the end of the series. I think this is going to be the penultimate episode, and the next episode is going to be the last episode. Undoubtedly, I will run speed forward a little bit, and we will link up the big cross lake service that we've said that we were going to be doing since like episode 3 or whatever. But I don't really know. What is there? Why is there road that just goes into the water here? This bridge. Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to question that. Yeah, but you know, there is going to be a connection from here all the way over to here. Whether we're actually going to run anything on it is an entirely different question. I don't know if we want to run a service on it, because I don't know how successful a Sidmouth to Kirkby line would actually be, considering you can go from Sidmouth to Chorley to Kirkby at a far faster pace. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to connect it up anyway because we said that we were going to do it, but I don't think we're going to run a train service. Unfortunately, I just do not. I would love to, but I just can't justify it. I mean, it's going to be super expensive to even place those bridges. But, you know, I honestly think that we're in a really good place. I really do. And Sidmouth is certainly expanding. Chorley is definitely expanding. I mean, holy cow. If we have a look at population, Chorley is now up at the top. Yep, and it never used to be. It was like second bottom. But we have grown Chorley sufficiently to bloody well make it amazing. We really have. So I'm actually very happy with that. We've got more jobs than we do population in Chorley. So, you know, there's constant construction going on, which is what we like to see. There is a bustling transport infrastructure that leads all the way to Chorley. And that is, I think, the main thing about why it's grown so much. Obviously, it's the main thing. And it looks like it's going to be the first city that we have to breach the 400 population mark, which, you know, in my books, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I'll take that any day of the week. Because this is quite a substantial number for such a small map. But yeah, constant construction in Chorley, which is what we like to see. And the city is just huge. It really is. Also worth bearing in mind that I think we really did make the right decision to move both of our train stations to the very center of town. I think it just makes it like way more acceptable. Not acceptable. Accessible. That's the word I was looking for. It makes, you know, train transport way more accessible. And also, it's kind of like in the middle of the residential area. Maybe it's not actually that far from the commercial area, and it's definitely not very far from the industrial area. So I'm thinking that maybe it would be worth setting up maybe an inter-Chorley transport system. It could be something that we end up doing. I don't really know if it will be. I mean, for cargo, I mean, we don't have very much cargo apart from this wood being transported to this area. And let's face it, there's a heck of a lot of wood being produced over here. I don't know. I imagine that if we connected some depots, some like coal mining areas up, that would feed into, You know, it would eventually bring us more and more coal. It would mine up more and more coal. I don't know how that works, though. You'll have to tell me in the comments down below if you know how that works. So, like, if I set up a rail network, a railway station over here, and link it up to over here, for example, or whatever, will it deliver me more and more coal? I don't know if it will. I really do not know, but it might be worth experimenting with that in the very last episode, which will of course be the next one. I think that is a pretty good place to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Train Fever. My name has been Albert Potato, and I will see you next time for the final episode. Bye.